This video is presented by the EA Gamechangers network. What is going on, people? My name is ATLETICO. Welcome back to another FIFA 20 video on the channel. Today this video is dedicated to Neymar returning to Barcelona in career mode. If you're new to the channel, I recommend subscribing. If you do enjoy the video, smash the like button, comment your thoughts down below and hit the notification button. That way you're never going to miss one of my uploads. So, it starts off pretty weird. I'm not going to lie, I'm no career mode guru. I know pretty much lesser amount of it in comparison to other modes, but I thought this would be a fun experiment to see how much of an impact Neymar would be returning to Barcelona. Now we have Griezmann, we have Neymar, we have Messi, we have Suarez, we still have Dembele, and I felt as if Neymar would be the additional piece that needs to crack the puzzle. Maybe Barcelona could win the Champions League, maybe Barcelona could win every single domestic cup, but we'd start off trying to make negotiations with Neymar, with PSG. As you can see, he's got 115 million current value, which is pretty damn crazy. I tried to obviously go for the option to buy. I ended up throwing in a few players. I didn't know exactly who I could chuck in to make it work. I debated a lot of players indeed. I went down the route of, okay, maybe we give him a striker, maybe we give him a midfielder, and it wasn't going to plan. I had to think about it for a second. I thought, who's going to be better for our team? And I thought, let's give him Dembele. I'm not going to lie to you, Dembele was worth a try. 34 million, not too bad. I thought that would lower down the price. Unfortunately with PSG, they like to play hardball in every single situation. I couldn't seem to make it work, and as you can see, they didn't even want him on the basis that they didn't want a striker or a winger really. They would prefer to go down the route of something different. I felt as if I'd maybe give him Luis Suarez just to see how it would work, and then I was like, no, actually I'll throw that out. I went with Rakitic. I thought Rakitic would be a good option. I wanted to keep Busquets in the team, so we considered Rakitic at 40 million roughly. To which they responded with 191 million asking fee, which completely blew my transfer budget right out of the water. That was not a good call at all, and I was in a bit of trouble here. So for a lump sum of 191 million, as well as Rakitic, which is 43 million, it's safe to say I wasn't happy with the result of this entire discussion. I just couldn't do it. Current value for that amount of money, plus the transfer sum, ridiculous. I tried so hard to make it work, and the PSG was not having it. I thought, okay, well, the whole point of the experiment is to try and get him. They were sticking to their price tag of 191 million, even though I was offering them Rakitic. Could you imagine the price without Rakitic? It's just ridiculous. I tried to counter it, and I was going to go a little bit lower, because they kept saying they were sticking to their asking price. I thought maybe 170 million. At least I'd have 17 million left over and I wasn't going to get sacked on the spot for the basis of I wasted every single penny that we had. But there you go. We settled for 170 million, to which they turned around and went, no, 186 million, which would leave me with 1.8 million left over, and our wage budget was not looking good either. I tried a little bit lower, tried to be cheeky with it. I thought maybe if I get to 180, it would make a difference. I submitted 180 million, which left 7 million left over to see what would happen. Turns out that it was a complete fail, didn't work out in our best of favour. So, that was that. I had to restart the entire setup, all because PSG was not having none of it. So this time, second time round, the attempt was to approach to loan him. Yes, okay, Neymar does return to Barcelona. That was the title of the video. I didn't say it was on loan, but let's be honest, as long as he's back in a Barca shirt, who cares? So I went for it. And rather than messing about, I had a limited time on the capture station. So I went, okay, let's go with 1 year. So 1 year, and I even said to him, do you know what? I'll take the 1 year, and I'll even take it with 100% wage split. I had to think about it. I was sitting next to Jared HD. And I was like, I just can't seem to make it work with PSG. They want to throw me in at the deep end, make me spend the most amount of money. What should I do? To which he just turned around and said, just do the 100%. Just make sure he signs for you. And that was what I did. Now the question is this going to make that much of a difference to Barcelona? PSG were happy. Neymar's on loan back to Barca. Obviously he wanted to leave based on the transfer rumours that we've been seeing in the actual news. And I didn't even get confirmation that Neymar had actually gone to the club, which was just fantastic really. Like, I couldn't even have the little picture which would say that I signed him. But I went into there. I swapped Dembele over. I was looking around thinking, what can I do? Silly enough, I didn't create 2 team sheets. That was a poor choice by me. I fully understand that. I was a bit of a rookie in terms of that. I don't know why I didn't do 2 team sheets. I should have. That was probably affecting me in a lot of ways. But we had a manager rating of 80. Now the question is, was we going to get sacked by the end of this? I would say that it was quite a high possibility. It seems a lot of players were making movements. PSG gave us Neymar, then signed Inaki Williams, which was just ridiculous. Inaki Williams to PSG, interesting one considering they still have Cavani, they have Mbappe of course. Possibly, yeah, Inaki could play on the wing. I don't know how that would work. We had a few transfer players coming in, and we actually put Arda Turan on the market, which was, yeah, it had to be done. Like, it sounds bad, but it had to be done. So we're back into the full match, like the full setup, the league. And obviously, due to the limited amount of time, I wasn't going to play every game. That would be absolutely ridiculous. I simmed it all the way that I could. So we simmed it to the end of the season to see how much damage me as a poor manager could really make. The only real signing we made throughout the entire thing was Neymar, but that was the whole reason why we was doing it. I don't feel Barcelona, after recently acquiring Frankie de Jong, they would need to make any more transfers. Maybe a centre-back, but, you know we got Firpo as well. Firpo, the left-back, or left wing-back, I should say, who was going to be a Jordi Alba replacement. They had a few good players. We did actually give them almost Rakitic as well. That would have been a really poor decision, but I thought, we have more midfielders than we have wingers and attackers and defenders, so why not? So let's see what happens. Now, what's interesting is, and I will say this, as you're going through the sim, you're going to notice something before I even notice it, and it's safe to say that the season, based off what I was looking at in terms of simming, was not a good season. You'll understand exactly what I mean the moment you see it. But we was playing a few cup matches. We played against Torino. And as you can see, we're now against Torino in the Europa League, to which we then face PSG, Neymar's ex-club, also in the Europa League. Now, we started off in the Champions League. We've wound up in the Europa League. That's the first sign that I've done a poor job as a manager. And it's also the first sign that maybe Neymar didn't make the impact that we thought he would returning to Barcelona. Could it be down to the fact that we only had one team sheet? Possibly. Could it be down to the fact that Suarez played instead of Griezmann? Possibly. Am I upset about that? No. But here we go. We're now at a manager rating of 45, which is not good. We've gone from 80 to 45. That's almost half. Frankie de Jong is injured, and we look at the standings. How are the standings looking? Well, right now, with the last game of the season, we're currently 13 points behind. We need to play one more match. Obviously, we haven't won the league. Safe to say that we're just about running it, and we are in danger. We needed to win the Liga Santander, which has not happened because we are about 13 points less. Was not good. Griezmann was trying to tell me that he was excited and wanted to get playing. I obviously turned him down and played Suarez. That was a big mistake for me, and I had to debate it then. I thought, are we actually in any cup competitions? Maybe we made it to the final of the Europa League, who knows? But we went to the 25th. And as you can see, we've now played our last game of the season, which came out at a win. We're now on 73 points, and we still lost. Don't get me wrong, the manager rating went up a little bit there. We're up to 46, but overall, poor performance from me as a manager. But then you see this, as it comes up in the newsfeed. Player of the competition announced, and it is Neymar. I'm not kidding. Literally, we secured Neymar as the player of the competition. So, the question is, did Neymar make the impact that we thought he would, returning to Barcelona? Based on this experiment, yes. Now, the reason why I'm saying yes is because when you go into the deep stats, he produced 19 goals in 36 matches. Absolutely ridiculous. To which I also think William Jose getting the most, obviously getting the golden boot, is completely ridiculous. You also see there that Neymar had the most assists, which is absolutely bonkers. And I really didn't expect that to happen. So he had the most assists, second most goals scored in the league, and it's safe to say it was a good run. I don't think it was that bad. But when you go into the cup competitions, obviously you can see we came second. We just about got past Atletico Madrid to score a second, but we didn't win the Supercopa. We lost in the semi-finals to Real Madrid on penalties, which was pretty interesting. And in terms of the Copa de España, we got knocked out in the quarterfinals by RCD Mallorca, which is safe to say that was a poor show, 100%. How did we do in the rest? Well, the Champions League, I was trying to figure out, because I'd simmed it and not paid attention, where we wound up. And it wasn't until we got to the group stage section that we realised we'd actually lost to Inter and Spurs for a place in the round 16, which is absolutely ridiculous. I just can't even understand that personally. Barcelona not even making out the group stage of the Champions League. But that's that. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe for more content. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.